guys, it's Kayla Projects here, and I'm here with another video about Bob's Burgers, but this time I'm going to be talking about the video A Plight Before Christmas. And of those of you who were here when I used to talk about Ninja Turtles, thank you for staying this long. I think like 10 years or so. And I just started getting back into Bob's Burgers, and I really enjoy the show, and I just got caught up with the episodes, and I'm here to talk I'm here to talk about the episode A Plight Before Christmas, which I'm honestly, so far, because season 13 isn't done yet, is one of my favorite episodes. It's just so good. So we're going to be talking about that today. So this episode starts out with the family in the restaurant with Louise is the only one that's not there. She's getting ready, and Tina and Jean have something for their Tina has something to do for the Thunder Girls, and Jean has something for his 6th grade class. He's doing a concert, and Jean and Bob have to go to either one. So they find out that Louise actually has a performance to do tonight too. She's reading a poem at the library tonight, and they thought it was tomorrow. Louise, of course, is like taking it in stride, acting like she doesn't care, but like we all know, like she cares. She doesn't want to make it a big deal, though. She's like, it's okay, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to come. So while they're in the car, I like this scene because it's a scene between Louise and Tina. Tina is like wondering, okay, so are you sure you really want to read that poem? So the poem that she wants to read is like this poop, like jokey poem. But Tina's like, don't you have like a poem about something that you care about, something that really means something like to you, something that's really important to you? And Lucy's like, no, like no, I'm not. You're the one that likes feelings. I don't really like feelings. I'm gonna read this poem about poop. Yada yada yada. Once Linda drops Louise off at the library, we switch to Jean and Bob, and they found out that their that Jean's music teacher is in a hospital sick, so they have a sub. By the way, the sub knows nothing about music, so that's just another nightmare tonight. And on top of that, Jean and his class don't know how to read music notes yet, and his teacher was the only one that knew how to do the cues for them. The sub doesn't know, so now they basically kind of have to wing it a little bit now, which is a nightmare. I just can't imagine that. We switch to the Thunder Girls play where Tina is in, and she's a literal like star, as she said. It's really cute. She's in like this she's in a star costume. That's basically what she's in, and it's the cutest thing ever. And it's funny because like the girl Harley, the girl in Louise's grade, and she's also a Thunder Girl in Tina's troop. She's in Tina's troop, or she wouldn't be in the play with Tina. Duh, I'm sorry. She wanted to be the star, so you could see her in the background, like, saying Tina's lines under her breath while she's performing, and she's like, I wanted to be the star. And then Linda, being Linda, watch your back, she wants to be in your position or something. And it's like, it's funny. So we have that, but at that same time, Tina realizes that Louise is actually going to read a heartfelt poem, or she has a heartfelt poem that she was planning on reading. And Tina is like, oh my god. And then she tells Linda, and Linda's like, damn it, like basically like, oh my god. And then she calls Bob and texts him and be like, Louise tricked us. She's actually has like a heartfelt poem that she wants to read. And Linda just tells Bob, do you think you can make it over to the library so you can catch like some parts of like her poem? Louise has no one, and it's killing them both, honestly. This is also kind of like basically it's a Louise thing to do, to not really show when things are bothering her, because she doesn't want to seem like it's bothering her, because it's not a big deal. I'm just reading a poem that's like, important to me. Don't I'm You guys are doing like other stuff. So Bob is like the best dad in this episode. As well, Linda being the best mom, because not only is she just there to support Tina, she is also helping the I forgot the leader the of Tina's Thunder Girl troop. But she's helping her with all like the backstage stuff, like getting the girls into costumes, out of costumes, doing the effects and all that stuff. She's best mom in this episode. I mean, she's always best mom, but she's best mom right now, especially. And Bob is best dad because he doesn't have the car. Linda has the car, so he has to chase. He sees the cab, so he has to chase down the cab, and then he gets into the cab, but then the cab takes him to the wrong place, so he has to get out of the cab and run back and find the library and run the rest of the way. Meanwhile, Tina is trying to get Linda to go to Louise's poem reading because she doesn't have any lines in her place, so she doesn't really care. She wants someone to go see her sister's poem. And that really got me in the feels, because I really love Tina and Louise's I really love Tina and Louise's relationship. They're so cute. And Tina is like the best big sister. Like, she doesn't care. Like, who cares about like my plate? My sister is reading a poem about her feelings. That never really happens. Someone needs to go see it. So Bob ends up going to the wrong library. He thought he was at the right library, but he wasn't. He ends up going to the wrong library, and he calls Linda. Said, "Is this like the wrong like library?" So he ended up going to, I think, the city like library. And, like, no, like there's a local library and yada yada. But like it's too late because he has to go back to Jean's thing so he can record like the rest of Jean's. And it's just they feel like bad parents, and they're not bad parents. They're trying their best. They have 3 kids who have stuff that happened on the same day. Like, it's a nightmare, but they're not bad parents. I feel bad for them because they're really trying their best to get to see all of their children's performances that night. They're the best parents. So Bob has to go back, and Tina keeps trying to convince Linda, please go, like, please just go. I don't have any lines, as she said. I don't have any lines, just please go see Louise's thing. Louise need someone there. And like Linda's like, should I go? And then the troop leader is like, Linda, please don't leave me. I will literally die. Her literal words. I will literally die if you leave me, because then she'll have to do like everything herself, and I could see her, poor thing, being stressed. And literally, it's just a nightmare. It literally is a nightmare. Poor thing. But we go back to Jean's concert, and they're not really doing so well. So they have to take a break, and they come up with an idea. Jean saves the day. Of course, he has to come up with the idea. He basically says that they're playing too much, like they're playing too much notes, I guess. So I guess, how about they're playing less? He comes up with the idea that they should play less. And that works. I don't know anything about music, so I don't know if I'm like saying this correctly, but it works somehow. So good for them. And Bob ends up being able to record the performance so Linda can see it. So that's great. Um, we and it's a really nice scene because it's a really really beautiful. Let's talk about the music at the end. The music that Jean and his 6th grade class play is really good. It's really good. It's a very nice feel to it. It's I don't know. It kind of, yeah. It's honestly, it gives me a very good Christmas feel, which obviously because this came around in December, and it's a really good scene because it cuts back and forth to the concert and goes to um Tina's Thunder Girls play where Linda smiles seeing Tina and all that jazz. And we cut to the end of the Thunder Girl play, and Linda hugs Tina. It's a cute moment, but I'll tell you why it's a plot twist. Linda hugs the star who she thinks is Tina and said, like, you did a good job. I think that's what she says, or I'm proud of you. And it's really sweet. And it would have been, well, it's still sweet. It just would have been more sweeter, I guess, if it was actually Tina. But, you know, the thought's there. And it's actually not Tina. It's Harley, who's been wanting to be the star the entire time. And, of course, like, Linda thinks that Harley did something to Tina. But no, it was Tina's idea. She switched the costume with Harley so she can go see Louise's poem. Now, at that moment, I was like, oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Like, that is the sweetest thing ever. And I'm like, I kind of had a feeling that Tina was kind of gonna do that, but I was still shocked. She's the best sister ever. Can we talk about the fact that I don't know where city council is, wherever the play was at, but the fact that she took off the costume and ran to the library so she can get to see Louisa's poem in time is the best. She is the best sister ever. I love Tina in this episode. So we finally get to the part where Louise is about to do her poem, and she is going to do her poop poem as she gets to the stand, but then she looks up and she sees Tina come in, and at that point, I started tearing up. I really did. I really started tearing up because I'm like, oh man, these sisters are going to be the death of me. And Tina waves, and Louise, it's like the weight of like, it's like the weight is lifted off her shoulders. She looks more relaxed, and she just goes with her heartfelt poem, which is really good. I really hope you guys have watched this episode, though I don't know why you would watch this like review about it, but if you haven't for some reason, you should really go and watch The Plight Before Christmas. If not, just watch Louise's poem, because it's really one of the sweetest, most heartfelt poems ever, and that's just a really good moment for Louise, because she talks about how much she loves her family in this one part in the beginning where she talks about like her sister, and I look up and I see my sister, and you know, she looks up and she sees her actual sister there, and it's like you can kind of hear her getting a little choked up a little bit, so she wasn't cry. She doesn't cry, but you can see her getting like a little choked up, and it's like, aww. I just love when that she's comfortable with expressing her feelings, and I really liked how her sister came through. And at the end of the poem, Linda gets there and catches like the end of it, and she's behind like Tina, and they're both there looking at Louise, and Louise sees them, and it's great, and they clap, and it's just really good. It's a really emotional scene. Like, either you're gonna cry or you're just gonna be like, oh, you're gonna feel something in your heart. You're gonna feel something in your heart during this episode. Like, I don't care how cold you might think you be, you're gonna feel something in this heart, bro. It's I love this episode so much and the characters. I really do. And so that goes well, and the concert goes well, of course, and a nice cute scene at the end. Jean and Bob, they go to Jean's music teacher. I really forget her name. Is it Miss Merkin? Miss Merkinson? I don't know. But they go visit her in the hospital, and Jean plays the concert for her, and it's so sweet. I didn't catch it at the end. It's a little bit after I re-watched that episode like a second time. I did catch it, and that was a really nice touch. So I have I think I already talked about, like, one of my favorite things is just Harley, because she's cute, but yeah, Harley just wanting to be the star. That like an actual like star was like cute, and her role in it, just like being in the background, she had like really funny moments. Another one is just like it's just kind of like a random one. Is Courtney being there? because I love Courtney. She's really funny, and she only has like one line, and it's like, should we just not play together again ever, like as a group or something? It's great. She's great, and she looks cute with like her little ribbons in the ribbons on her pigtails. Sorry, sorry, I'm just like gushing about like Courtney. She's a really fun character. You know, she's just really fun. Um, and it was really nice to see her again. I always get excited whenever she comes around and she has any lines. So hopefully we get to see her in more future episodes this season because she's a really fun character. I'm pretty sure you guys are able to tell that I really like Courtney by what I just said and by, you know, the video that I posted of her and Jean. Yeah, on my channel. Yeah, go look at that. Yeah, I really love them. So yeah, that's basically it of the Plight Before Christmas. It was a really good episode. I know I'm not the only one who liked it too. Like this episode was really well received. Everyone seemed to like this episode a lot. And I will be doing more episodes of Bob's Burgers in the future. Like I want to talk about Show Mama from the Grave because that's a good episode too because we find out Bob's mom's name, and she has a really nice name, Lily Belcher, like so sweet, and it's a really like good episode. So I'll be talking about that too, and future Bob's Burgers episode that I would like to talk about. So yeah, look forward for all of that in the future. I want to say thank you for all the new subscribers that I got in like the last like 3 weeks. Thank you so much. And in the future, I would like to stream. I want to try out streaming, but I'm gonna get a better microphone for it before I do. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.